Our top focus this morning, India Today's accessed exclusive call details that reveal the nefarious pre-planned plot behind the Bengaluru riots. Call records accessed by India Today reveals that former Bengaluru mayor and the key accused, Sampath Raj, called his aides, the accused, at the time of the riots. He and his driver had in fact made multiple calls to the riot accused near the areas which were hit by the violence. Through these call records, it's been revealed that the Congress leader Sampath Raj made 10 calls to his aides and was also near the riot areas when the violence was taking place. Remember, the National Investigation Agency had earlier quizzed Congress MLAs Zamir Ahmad Khan and Rizwan Arshad over their presence in these areas where the violence took place. On August 11th, violence broke out in Bengaluru's DJ Halli and KJ Halli areas over an alleged inciting social media post. And as we get you the latest updates in the Bengaluru riots probe, there's also been a sensational twist where that and the Sandalwood case have been linked because a judge and top cops in the city of Bengaluru have received threatening letters carrying explosive substances. The NDPS judge who was hearing the Sandalwood case received a letter from Tumakuru with a few wired bomb-like substances in it. The letter demanded bail for accused actors Ragini Dwivedi and Sanjana Galrani. Now, the letter also warned the judge of dire consequences if he doesn't grant bail to Ragini and Sanjana. Another threat letter was sent to the Bengaluru Commissioner of Police, the Joint Commissioner as well as DCP Crime. This letter has sought the release of the DJ Halli riot accused. This as a non-bailable warrant which was issued against accused number 7 Sampath Raj, former Bengaluru mayor from Congress. The Bengaluru police meanwhile have registered a case over these threat letters. They've also initiated their investigation. The city of Hyderabad has seen 2 spells of record rainfall, heavy downpour last week that's wreaked havoc in the city. It's now bracing for more rains. Hyderabad's rain woes are still not over as the Met Department has issued now an orange alert for the city for today. At least 70 people, including 33 in Hyderabad, have lost their lives in rain-related incidents last week. Heavy downpour left a trail of destruction with many areas still submerged. A pile of slush also collected in many localities. More than 3,400 people have been rescued so far by the disaster management teams and shifted to relief centres. Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao announced immediate relief of 10,000 rupees to families that have been affected by the floods. Along with police, NDRF and civil servants, horse riders too are assisting in the rescue operations. Multiple teams of the Hyderabad Horse Riding School have in fact been provided to residents to help them. The Delhi and Goa governments have promised action against pubs and nightclubs which are not adhering to COVID guidelines issued by respective state governments. This after India Today brought the blatant violation of rules to light. An India Today investigation exposed how bars and pubs in Delhi had people gathering in closed spaces, many of them seen without masks. And it's not just in Delhi. Several videos also emerged from Goa showing dance floors packed with people. Tourists there were spotted without masks. While speaking to India Today, Goa Health Minister Vishwajit Rane and AAP MLA Raghav Chadha have assured that their respective state governments will not spare violators. Listen in.
Do the local policemen know about these protocols? Because surely if our team has gone and investigated what is happening there, surely the police also knows. The fear, whether it's in Goa or Delhi, is that local policemen are hand in glove with many of the pub owners.
And let me tell you, if they are, and I'm not ruling that out at all, if they are, then of course strictest possible action will be taken. And I don't think any government, as you know, police reports to the union government, but I'm very sure that the union government is also on the same page as us. All of us took a very calculated decision to resume socio-economic activity. We tried to strike a very fine balance between protecting health of people, the lives of people, as well as their livelihoods, the economic activity, the social activity, as well as protecting their health. Now, if at all there are people who are violating, as you have demonstrated on your channel, then let me assure you that the strictest possible action will be taken. Across the globe, restaurants have opened. Countries like Japan, countries like Australia, Singapore have opened. In fact, Hong Kong has even opened swimming pools and convention centers. So therefore, what the world teaches us is that if you open bars, restaurants, convention center, etc., and you do follow the SOPs and the protocols, these will not turn into hotspots and the rate of transmission will remain unaffected. So therefore, what we really require is strict enforcement.
Bellying up to the water holes, no holes barred. Singing, cheering, dancing. Letting loose in tight quarters without facial protection. A perfect setting for the virus to prey on. That's how the national capital is savouring pub life again after it reopened in September.
Bars are a really important place of spreading of infection. There's no doubt about that. And that becomes particularly important if you happen to be in an area with a high degree of community spread. So those are things that are crystal clear.
A dangerous concoction that health experts globally dread is brewing in Delhi. Remember when the city resurrected its nightlife amidst a raging pandemic, authorities issued standard operating procedures. Standing customers packing bars and pubs more than their 50% capacity are prohibited. But an India Today investigation found flagrant violation of the guidelines. A city that has officially recorded more than 3 lakh cases. These could potentially be seeding further outbreaks. Indoor environment, heavy breathing, the easiest way for the germ to spread as guests ease up in close proximity. For managers like this man, it's business as before, as if the pandemic is over.
मुझे यार एक आदमी भी नहीं मास्क नहीं लगाया हुआ अंदर में। हाँ मुझे तो बस उसी का डर है। आपको लगता है कोरोना है? यार कोरोना नहीं तो 6 मिनट में डरे कैसे मैंने? आपके रिलेशन में किसी को हुआ? यार 1-2 लोगों को तो दूर के यार। डर तो नहीं सर थोड़ा। वैसा डर नहीं है मेरे रिलेशन में हुआ है। अच्छा ठीक हो रहा है। अच्छा ऐसा हुआ है ना जो पहले हुआ बना रखा था वैसा। मतलब अभी
Barsoom at Delhi's pub zone of Hauscars isn't the only violator. Our special investigation team found this club in the vicinity chock full. The owner admitted that's how it is here almost every weekend.
Today also it's more than 50.
Yeah, today also it's like when it's Saturday, so these guys they won't come because in every bar there will be more than the capacity से
ज़्यादा ही हो रहा है हाँ। तो नहीं इसमें मेन हमारा एक ही कंसर्न है कि उस दौरान पुलिस उसके कोई रेड नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं सर वो वाला काम नहीं।
In its response to India Today, the Record Room claimed it's doing the best it can to follow COVID guidelines and have mechanisms in place to keep guests socially distant. That's what this haunt at Delhi's Nehru Place displays outside. No more than 85 guests allowed in. But this is how it looks inside. Bustling with patrons, their guard down in the pre-dawn hours on Monday.
Yes, ma'am.
When our investigative journalist posing as a party thrower probed, the staff offered to host even a bigger gathering.
अभी नहीं अभी है हमारे पास 99 इन और आउट लगा सो ब्लैक लेवल का पैकेज इज 5000 रुपीज per person.
Okay.
उसमें we give you food, snacks, alcohol, soft drinks and shisha अलग से शीशा का कुछ है।
सॉरी,
शीशा अलग अगर है फिर शीशा तो उसका अलग से चार्ज होगा।
शीशा मतलब
हुक्का।
Left untamed, these fun joints could turn out to be the new hotbeds of the pandemic. Mohammad Hizbullah and Tanushri Pandey for India Today's Special Investigation Team.
Just days ahead of Durga Puja, the Calcutta High Court in an order has declared that all Durga Puja pandals as no entry zones in view of the coronavirus pandemic. The High Court said that only organizers can enter the pandals. The court has also put a cap of 25 members for big pandals and 15 members for small ones. The court also slammed Mamata government for an unclear crowd control plan, asked how the police can manage 6 lakh people who are on the road for pandal hopping. Bengal, remembers, witnessed a surge in COVID tally. The state, in fact, reported over 4,000 fresh cases in 24 hours, which means its overall tally has gone over 3,25,000 now.
Calcutta High Court has not only taken a serious note about the inefficiency of the West Bengal government, but has also pulled up the same for not being prepared enough to handle the Durga Puja festivities as well as COVID-19 protocols. Amidst all this, with almost every Puja pandal being declared as a containment zone with restricted entry, for people there would be no pandal hopping, for organizers limited crowd, and of course for the doctors almost a prayer answered to keep the humanity safe with maximum number of restrictions on ground. Perhaps what the government was supposed to do, it was the court that did it finally. With camera person Tapas Berry, this is Manogya Loiwal in Kolkata for India Today.
And let's also get you a roundup of all the unprecedented political developments in Pakistan, where the Prime Minister Imran Khan's government is facing intense attack. 2 back-to-back joint opposition rallies in Pakistan has attracted crowds of tens of thousands. To channelize public discontent at rising prices, at power cuts, and also an economy in the spiral, the Pakistan opposition parties are standing united. And it's not just Imran, but the all-powerful Pakistan army that's also being openly blamed now for Pakistan's condition.
कश्मीर प्लेट में रख के मोदी को पेश करो तुम, कश्मीर का मुकदमा हार जाओ तुम, भारत को सलामती कौंसिल के लिए वोट दो तुम, और मोदी की जबान हम बोल रहे हैं।
Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz Vice President and daughter of former Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, Maryam Nawaz, hit out at Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan at a massive rally at Karachi on Sunday. At an anti-government rally organized by 11 opposition parties, including Pakistan People's Party, Maryam Nawaz exposed Imran Khan's failures, one after the other.
जब तुमसे तुम्हारी नाकामियों के बारे में पूछा जाता है, तुम्हारी नालायकी के बारे में पूछा जाता है, तुम्हारी नाअहली के बारे में पूछा जाता है, तो जल्दी से जाके फौज के पीछे छुप जाते हो, जल्दी से जाके फौज की वर्दी की पनाह ले लेते हो.
At the anti-Imran rally, Maryam Nawaz not only swore to send Imran Khan to jail, but also insist that Nawaz Sharif would be brought back to Pakistan. Maryam Nawaz insists Imran Khan, despite saying "Ghabrana nahi hai" or "do not worry," was extremely worried by the opposition coming together for the restoration of genuine democracy in Pakistan. Hours after the rally, Maryam Nawaz tweeted to say her husband, Captain Safdar Awan, had been arrested by the Karachi police by breaking open their hotel door.
वोट को इज्जत दो, वोट को इज्जत दो, वोट को इज्जत दो. मादरे मिल्लत जिंदाबाद, मादरे मिल्लत जिंदाबाद.
Later in the evening, he was released.
जेल की धमकी, नैब की धमकी.
Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, chairman of the Pakistan People's Party, and Maulana Fazlur Rahman of Jamiyat Ulema Islami were also a part of the Jalsa at Karachi. along with former Pakistan Prime Minister Shahid Khan Abbasi. Bilawal Bhutto called Imran Khan a puppet of the selectors or the Pakistan Army.
आवाम की ताकत के सामने जोर और जबर वाले नहीं ठहर सकते। इस कठपुतली वजीर आजम की हुकूमत की तो बुनियाद ही नहीं है, ये सब ढांचा खोखला है।
आपने इलेक्शनों में आवाम के इंतखाब को रद्द करके अपनी मर्जी का नाअहल तोला इस कौम पर मुसल्लत किया। नतीजे में होने वाली बर्बादी के भी आप ही जिम्मेदार हैं। जनरल बाजवा साहब, जवाब आपको ही देना पड़ेगा, आपको।
Past weeks have seen growing turmoil in Pakistan, with slogans also being raised against the Pakistan Army and the Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa. Even in Pakistan's Punjab province, considered the backbone of the Pakistan Army. There has also been a spike in protests against Imran Khan in Sindh and Balochistan over the promulgation of an ordinance to take over local land. Protests from Gilgit-Baltistan to Balochistan, across Sindh, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and now even Pakistan's Punjab province are a major cause for concern for Imran Khan and the Pakistan Army. So is this now endgame Imran Khan, or will the army continue to bail him out? That remains the big question. With cameraman Kripal Singh in Delhi, Gaurav Sawant for India Today.
Three-time champions Chennai Super Kings are all but out of the race for the playoffs following an embarrassing 7-wicket defeat at the hands of, in fact, the Rajasthan Royals. Jos Buttler stood tall with an unbeaten 70 after Royals were off to a rather shaky start, losing 3 wickets for just 28 runs, chasing a below-par 125. Buttler and Steve Smith took it upon themselves to take the Royals to the shore with an unbroken 98-run stand for the 4th wicket. With the victory, Rajasthan have kept their playoff hopes alive with their 4th win from 10 games.
One to the front foot.
Table toppers Delhi Capitals will come to face against Kings 11 Punjab, who are on a roll, especially after a double super over win against Mumbai Indians in their last match. With Delhi Capitals sitting pretty with 7 wins from 9 games, Kings 11 Punjab cannot afford to lower their guard, having already suffered 6 defeats in their 9 games. However, they have done well recently with 2 back-to-back wins, which have allowed them to keep their playoff hopes alive in the tournament. Kings 11 Punjab have now moved to 7th place in the points table, having stayed at the bottom for most part of the first half of the season. With that, it's a wrap in this edition of the Bulletin. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. And as always, you can log on to our website, indiatoday.in, or download the India Today app for all the top stories.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.